welcome to this first short garden safari, and I'm huddling here under this beautiful Guelder rose in my garden. But we're not going to have a look at the Guelder rose, not this time anyway. We're going to have a look at what's next to me, which is a holly. A holly is a fantastically useful plant to have in your garden for wildlife. It supports all sorts of things with its foliage, with its berries, and just with its structure for cover for nesting birds, for example. But there's a couple of interesting things you may not know about it, so we're going to have a quick look just here next to me. And the first thing is that hollies are what's called dioecious. That means most of them are either male or female. We can tell this is a female because it has nice red berries and it has very distinctive female flowers. Can you see those white flowers? 4-petaled white flowers, and these female flowers have this very prominent green bump in the centre, and that's the stigma and style. Those are the female parts of this flower that accept the pollen. But just around them, very interestingly, just to complicate things, there are 4 little sticks, and they're actually sterile stamens. So they're like male bits of the flower that just aren't needed. And weirdly, hollies, although most of them are dioecious, they have separate male and female trees, they can become, some species, monoecious if they need to. They've got the equipment here, they just need to activate it. And if pollination stress is a difficulty for them, so they're just too far apart, then they can become monoecious, which is absolutely fascinating. Just something else we might notice about these holly leaves as we're wandering about are these stains, these strange little pale green patches with a dark centre. Can you see that one just there? Now these are leaf miners. Very, very common in not just trees and shrubs, but in herbaceous plants. In this case, it's a fly, a little agromyzid fly that lays its egg on the holly leaf surface, and the caterpillar, the grub, will burrow into the leaf and live between the top and bottom, working its way out from the leaf vein into the leaf surface and eating away a paler patch before pupating in this dark centre. And sometimes you'll see that these have been pecked out by a blue tit or a great tit searching out a tasty treat. But it's a really good example how just a simple leaf becomes an ecosystem, because this holly leaf is supporting this little species of fly. It in turn is going to attract parasites and predators, as we've said. So very quickly you can imagine the population of things circulating around just this little bit of one holly. If you put in the flowers and the berries on top of that, you've got a whole world of stuff happening here. And that's what happens when you pick good species, good forage species, good food plants for your garden. You'll bring all sorts of things into view, which is wonderful. Now that's the female. Now we're going to go down the garden and find the male tree. Approaching the pig. I'm going to stand on the pig. Yep. Goal. Someone scored. Marvellous. And round the corner to our male holly. So this thing here is a male holly tree, and we can tell by looking at the flowers. Have a look at those. Can you see? Get it in view. There we go. Can you see that they're quite different? They don't have that big green stigma and style in the centre, but they do have fertile stamens, the little anthers with pollen on the ends. And instead they have a much reduced stigma and style in the centre because it's redundant in this male tree. So here's a male holly. The pollen from here is only a few yards away from the female tree we were looking at earlier. There's another bunch of male flowers. So that's fine, that's going to work perfectly well.